This is your WW3 news. I think about a year or so ago there was a reform of the Italian highway code with many things regarding these e-bikes. If they go more than 25 kilometers an hour, they are subjected to having a number plate and an insurance for it done by the owners on these vehicles. And so far I haven't seen one e-bike with these number plates on it, but these e-bikes go pretty fast. Also, many Western countries like United Kingdom, they severely crack down on it, like some Italian cities in the north. There's a possibility they can control how fast these things go. If they go more than 25 an hour, you'll be needing a number plate insurance and a license, which will run into many thousands of euros in fines. And obviously, who uses these e-scooters and e-bikes are your illegals or riders to deliver your food at home. Just it, or like many things like that, which does this type of service. And you see every day these things go whizzing past, and even stop one which was doing 100 an hour. God's sake, 100 kilometers an hour, that is fast. That's for being one of those things. The fact is, they can be easily modified. It should be more severe, there should be more controls on these things, because they are very dangerous to the hands who ride these things. And obviously the owners, they modify them until they don't get stopped or catched or being involved in a road accident, because they're stupid enough, these people. There is another modification in the highway code, introduce a fine within 2 years if the manufacturer sent you a letter for a recall because there was a discovered defect, and after 2 years the manufacturers are obliged to communicate to the Ministry of Transport regarding all the data of these vehicles, like number plates and serial numbers, and they'll be inserted in what you would call it, database, which the cops will use when they stop you. And obviously it can be picked up by urban cameras, traffic cameras. So there's not much of can't escape. It's ridiculous. You have 2 years when the date is communicated to have your car repaired, and it's happened more often. These new cars, they have a manufacturer recall because they discovered a defect on the airbag, God knows what else. So there's a lot of cars which runs the risk of being recalled. Modern cars, there's, especially Stellantis, there's thousands. And obviously it's a responsibility of manufacturers, and if they don't do a campaign, was it a recall thing for their motor vehicle products, cars, fines from 10,000 to 60,000 euro for people who manufacture billions practically. And the fine if you don't put your car in order is 700 euro, and it's considered illegal to drive it if it's not repaired. The thing is, most manufacturers, it cost them millions to repair these things, and once the warranty's gone, you sunshine will have to come out your pocket, and it with all modern cars, it's a costly business. It would have been more better if they eliminate all of these electronic gizmos and make a car more simpler, and you won't have this nightmare of things playing up, because after 5-6 years they play up. The thing is, when you do the MOT every 2 years here in Italy, after 4 years it's new, these vehicles are not subject for these type of defects of recall controls and so on. Probably may say pop up and say there was a recall, for some reason you never done it, and they'll probably say you can't even do the MOT for your vehicle, which part of the procedure of MOT does not cover as controls on these devices. There is no law, not here in Italy, not even in other parts of Europe. But I find it's just ridiculous. If you don't repair your car after 2 years, you receive a communication, a recall, you run a risk having your car not roadworthy, considered illegal, and pay a fine to another area. No. Should make manufacturers more responsible and more heavy fines if it's a defect during the production when it was produced. It's got nothing to do with normal use and wear and tear, how a person drives a car, motor vehicle in this case. It may be a good thing, but I think it should make more legal responsibility of manufacturers, with heavier fines to actually control these cars before they roll off the production line and then end up in a dealership, or whatever mark it is. Like I said, these modern vehicles are full of electronic modules and so on, and there are some which has a program expiring date. The thing is, a bit like with the BMW, which they do this type of practice, and you don't know. And these repairs are absolutely costly. Not just BMW, all the manufacturers which use this car type of concept of electronics in cars. Because electronics in cars, in time, they play up after 5 or 6 years. Due to the environment, they're due to so-called perform, duty cycle. Sooner or later that vehicle will be subjected to these defects. Just one defective module which can light up your dashboard like a Christmas tree and so on. And it can be very hideous and costly as well to repair as well. It's designed to make you change the car and buy another one, because it's considered no more a durable good. The car, in the manufacturer's eyes, it's like electrical appliance, and it has its programmed cycle, how long it should last for.